What's going on, guys? Angel Talamantes here, Click Leads Local, and today I'm going to react to Garyvee's new video, how Gary Vaynerchuk got to where he is today. And it's going to be an exciting video. It's about 9 minutes long. It's kind of long, but it's going to really show exactly how he went from his start all the way to the Garyvee today. And there's so many marketing tips, tricks, hacks for entrepreneurs to learn from this video that I'm going to go ahead and analyze and break these down as well. So if you guys haven't liked and subscribed already, go ahead and do that right now. And let's get to the content.
A lot of words to describe you: social media mogul, entrepreneur, internet personality, all this stuff. How would you describe yourself?
I think I'm an entrepreneur. Somebody asked me today in an interview, what do I do with my downtime? I told them that I start other businesses. This is my hobby. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I love building businesses. This is fun for me. You understand, I'm a purebred entrepreneur for real, for real, for real. Like, documented.
How did this all start?
What happened with me is I had the great benefit of being an immigrant. I was born in Belarus, in the former Soviet Union, and came to the States in '78, set up in Queens, and my parents lived the American dream. They worked very hard. My dad was a stock boy in a liquor store in Clark, New Jersey, and eventually saved up enough money to buy a store in Springfield, New Jersey. I was lemonade stands, baseball cards, real hustler kid, anything to make a buck. And at 14, I got dragged into the store. Heard the internet my freshman year of college, heard that sound, knew that it was special. And in 1996, I launched one of the first e-commerce wine businesses in America called WineLibrary.com. Took over my dad's business, kind of running it day to day in 1998 alongside with him. And from 98 to 2003, helped grow that business from a $3 to a $60 million business.
So as you guys can see there, a lot of people know Gary's beginning story, where he came from a different country and he worked from his dad at his dad's liquor store, his wine store. And from there, he really learned a lot of things about management, and from then until now is really just put in the work. And, you know, that's what he's going to really tell us here, is that he really just put his head down and analyzed and grinded and used his talents as an entrepreneur to get himself to where he is right now.
But growing a business from 3 to 60 million was just the beginning. Let's see what Gary created after leaving Wine Library.
I was 34 years old when I started VaynerMedia. I had spent the 12 best years of my youth building my dad's liquor store for him. I left that business, had no money, had no equity. I was worthless to the bank. VaynerMedia started in somebody else's conference room because we had no money for rent. So it was a ton of risk by normal standards when somebody reads it on paper, but not necessarily for me. It just felt like progression. I run VaynerMedia. We are an 800-person firm, $100 million in revenue in 4 years from zero. We work with GE and Pepsi and Under Armour and Toyota and the biggest brands in the world.
What does VaynerMedia do?
We're a modern-day Mad Men. We're a Madison Avenue agency. The same people that used to sell commercial time on anything you ever did in radio and television, we now do that on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and we produce the creative for the brands to sell stuff through the phone. We are living through a revolution. This, my friends, this is the television. And the television is the radio. And it's 1960. And there's a huge opportunity.
Now that right there, guys, is really something for you guys to think about. That's when I got turned on to Garyvee, was 2016, and the things that he was doing in 2016 and talking about actually came to fruition here in 2020. For example, like he said just there in that Finland shoot, the phone was going to be really the next big thing, the next big piece in communication and media, and he was right. And he could see that from where he was, and like it's crazy to see that he started they showed a shot of of him in 2014, and he was just getting started. From coming to that now to where he is now, he's working with GE and Budweiser and Under Armour and all these places. So it's just cool to see the journey.
Does being a contemporary communicator mean?
It means that you understand where people are paying attention, whether that's Twitch or TikTok, or believe it or not, organic reach on LinkedIn? And then are you capable of creating the creative, the videos, the pictures, the written words that are contextual to those platforms to make the agenda successful?
VaynerMedia grew into a global advertising agency with 5 offices across New York, London, Singapore, Los Angeles, and Chattanooga, Tennessee. As time went on, Gary created VaynerX, a modern communications holding company that houses different ventures like the Gallery Media Group, the Sasha Group, Vayner Productions, Tracer, Vayner Commerce, and Vayner Speakers. Gary also continues to build other businesses. After 4 years of building Resy, a restaurant reservation app, it sold for 9 figures to American Express in 2019. Gary's also an extremely strong business collaborator.
Wow, I didn't know that. That he was in collab with Resy. And right now in 2020, with everything that's going on, Resy's a humongous software. So American Express is probably doing great, and that was probably a great venture for him. So I can't even believe that he was a part of Resy. That's incredible.
In 2017, he became the face of K-Swiss.
K-Swiss. I have a pair of the Clouds and Dirt, and they're an awesome shoe. But just his vision in seeing how influencers can impact a business, just showing K-Swiss, just giving them a real life example. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's Garyvee doing his thing.
This collaboration helped contribute to their $200 million plus exit in 2019.
Shopping cart below. If you're not buying this, you're breaking my heart.
He's also a co-founder of Empathy Wines, which was recently acquired by Constellation Brands.
So you just created Empathy last year.
Yeah, this is one of those 1 + 1 = 11, where both sides of the equation bring so much value.
CEO. Gary's the Chief Executive Officer of VaynerX. But how would Gary describe what he does?
At its most pure sense, I am an operating entrepreneur.
So, let's take a deeper look into what drives Gary and how he operates.
I'm a kid who started working literally the day I left college. I walked into Wine Library about 6 o'clock that night, worked for 2 hours, then went home. And literally from that moment, literally the day I left college to the second I'm sitting here right now, I have never not been the chief operator of a business. And I've made payroll every single week since I was 22 years old, and I'm proud of that because it's practical as fuck. I've taken VaynerMedia as the CEO and COO for that matter. I've operated it every day. I've taken it from 0 to $200 million in revenue with no cash infusion, started it in a conference room. It's now my second company that I built, and what I want to do is inspire 2 14-year-old girls in Kansas City right now to build $1 billion company on having a bunch of employees hugging each other in the halls. And it is not lost on me that I am taking the gifts that my mom and dad gave me.
Now, one of the things I want to comment on there that is so huge when he says he wants to inspire businesses, that hug each other, that really care about each other. I think in 2020, especially with what's going on, it's more important than ever to show your employees how much you care and how much you truly love them. Because, I mean, for me, in my perspective, I mean, it's Gary's perspective too, is your employees come first, your clients come second, and then you're third. That's how it works to be the leader. And if you take care of your employees will take care of your clients. And if your clients are taken care of, those clients will take care of you. And it's a big circle that goes round and round. But a lot of people put their clients first. And if you put your clients first, you're always going to break your employees. If they mean more, if those, your clients mean more to you than your employees, you have it backwards, because your employees are the ones who not only serve you and work for you, but they also serve your clients. And if they're not, in the right mind, they're not in the right mind, or they're rebelling, or they don't want to give all of their effort because they feel a certain way about you, that affects how well your business is run. So, as the leader, I think it's so important for people to recognize to really care about your employees and really show them how much you care. Because once you do, your employees are going to work so much harder for you. Your clients are going to love what happens, and it's going to be a great flywheel that works forever. So let's get back to it.
And I'm giving them to the world, and my happiness framework and the way I treat people is for some reason becoming cool, and I'm just gonna squeeze the shit out of that because it's leading to good. I know I'm onto something so fundamentally different, and I know that I can inspire people to do it because it's gonna have the empire part too. See, that's what people don't get. The reason I'm gonna win is because I've got both. The honey part means that you wanna go change the world. The empire part means you'll do it at all costs. I'm neither.
Gary has a natural ability to see consumer trends, which led him to be an early investor in companies like Uber, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Snapchat, and Venmo.
I am predicting that.
That's crazy. Just to be able to see him bank on all of those things at once. You know, being able to see see the trends, even from 2011, how important Facebook's going to be in society and mass media. That is just incredible. So let's listen to what Gary has to say in 2011.
Facebook acquires Instagram. 15 million users for Instagram, probably gonna push 30 next year. And I just have this funny feeling that the Zucks is gonna look at that talent, look at that app, bring it in-house. So I was on Pierce Morgan. His opening line is, this company's 550 days old. How the hell is it worth $1 billion? And my opening line is, they stole it. I get out of the studio, and literally there are thousands of tweets of people calling me a fucking idiot. And then, I guess last year this time, right? Facebook bought WhatsApp for $18 billion, and every article, like the next day after the news came out, is like, oh, wait a minute, they fucking stole Instagram.
And more recently, Gary predicted this app.
That's crazy. That is facts. I mean, Gary was absolutely right. He could see exactly where this was headed, and you know, he used his vision. He saw Facebook. He's seen these trends, and that's what he tells you. He sees these trends over and over again, and once he's able to recognize it and spot it, he's able to really make that call and hedge for the future, because you know, I mean, his whole life is him just staying one step ahead and seeing those things and seeing the trends and listening to the market, and then he's able to act faster than anybody else. And then, you know, once something comes, you know, 2 or 3 years later, he's already been working on it for 3 years, so he's way ahead of, you know, what a lot of people are thinking. And that's what keeps him relevant, and that's what keeps, you know, Garyvee winning right now. So let's keep going.
Acquisition.
When Joe Rogan inevitably announces that he gets paid $100 million to exclusively be on whatever platform he's going to go on, I have a funny feeling everyone's going to be like, wait a minute.
I have an announcement. The podcast is moving to Spotify.
Gary's also involved in a variety of organizations like Charity Water, Pencils of Promise, Bojangles, Micmac, the All In Challenge, the Minnesota Rocker, Vayner Sports, and more. Now, let's take a deeper look into Gary's personal brand, at Garyvee.
Gary Vaynerchuk, aka Gary V, is a self-help media mogul.
One of Gary's core beliefs as a marketer is that every company and human being is a media company first. Because of that, he built Team Garyvee, a team of strategists, video editors, writers, and designers to help him grow his personal brand. Gary's been putting out content for 10 plus years across the platforms of the time. Starting with wine content with Wine Library TV, then he moved to hosting the Ask Garyvee show, a Q&A show between Gary and his audience. Then he started documenting his life's journey through Dailyvee and Weeklyvee.
Like, it's so obvious to me what's going to happen with Dailyvee. It's going to be so fucking crazy what it all looks like a year from today.
And we have our vlog on iClick Leads Local as well. I think we have, we're 50 or 60 vlogs in, but our vlog was inspired by Gary's as well. And it was 2016. And I saw pretty early too, like what exactly he was doing. And I thought, hey, that's a great idea. And your ability to create content and build a platform and, be seen by a lot of people really came to fruition for us. And it also helped because we have, as Click Leads Local, we have digital marketing and we have a video production side. And the video production side helped my guys, Sam and Zach and all the other video guys that have, helped and worked. Shooting vlogs was the way that we learned and we trained and we, it was like lifting weights for content. And my guys got better and better as the vlogs went on, and it really helped us, now in 2020 shoot for big brands and music videos and for a lot of influencers on YouTube and musicians and concerts and those things. So all the work we did in 2016, 2017, 2018, shooting those vlogs and practicing really has paid off now in 2020. And that's one of the things I think that Gary's saying too. It's a bunch of content and long form content that, produced over a long period of time is what helps establish your brand. So let's see how he finishes.
Also started a live stream Q&A show called Tea with Garyvee. Gary is also a 5-time New York Times bestselling author and travels across the world for keynotes and has a top business podcast where he talks to some of the biggest entrepreneurs, investors, artists, and thought leaders of our time.
And it's really just crazy to see all the people that he's influenced over from 2014 on. He's been on so many shows and met so many celebrities and influenced so many things in marketing and inspired so many people that he's really just leaving a huge legacy for himself.
When Gary Vaynerchuk retires or goes off in the sunset,
What do you want to be remembered for?
That I gave more than I took. I really want to be remembered for that.
And that's how the video ends, guys. He wants to be remembered for giving more than he takes. And that concept is really how he built this whole business model. And he's always giving, just like his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. He's always giving and giving and giving. And then when it's time for him to take, he's got so many people that he's given to that law of reciprocity kind of, becomes in effect. And he's able to really make movements and really build brand and really move numbers, especially for something, for example, like K-Swiss. He was able to, bring huge numbers in just based on, the equity that he's built from not asking for anything and just building and building equity. So this has been Angel Talamantes, Click Leads Local. This is analyzing how Gary Vaynerchuk got to where he is today, the video. So if you guys like these reaction videos, let me know. But until next time, guys, Angel Talamantes, Click Leads Local. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and if you guys like this content and want more content like this, leave a comment below. Until next time, guys, talk to you later.